Hey, what's up, everyone? It is Thursday, and Thursday, believe it or not, it is Metaphysical Hour, and we are live. We are live after 3 weeks, thanks to me, but we are back. Salma, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. The last 2 weeks have really been bad for some reason. On Thursday, 2 weeks ago, my truck went out on the way home from work, and last week my work truck broke down, and I got home really late. So today I did everything possible to be home early and to have a show. So we are here. How are you?
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm doing well. Thank you.
No, we missed you. A lot of people have sent me messages. Hey, when's Salma coming back? And I told them it's my fault. My fault. So now we are back. We are back live. And you know what do you have for us in store today?
Today I wanted to talk a little bit about like abductions.
Okay, that's an interesting subject.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of anyone having any experiences or have you experienced anything?
I have not an abduction. I wish sometimes like take me away, but I have noticed like really weird shit, and it's always happened like in Mexico. Um, and you hear stories, but you don't know if they're believable or not because they sound really out there, but they sound so out there that it's hard to make that much up that you kind of do believe it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but
Yeah, no, of course a lot of like we have been I guess sheltered from all these things that when people talk about it we think they're crazy, but I mean, if you really think about it, like why would so many people make up all these stories, you know?
exactly. So tell us.
Okay. So I just wanted to, yeah, just touch a little bit base about that. So there are a lot of people out there who have experienced certain things, and the weird thing is that sometimes, or most of the times, they don't remember everything. They just kind of remember just seeing a light or seeing. Most people always mention that they were just laying down and then they see three beings. A lot of people always say there's three different beings that are around them when they wake up, and then after that they don't remember anything. Or in different scenarios, some people are just driving and then suddenly they just see this bright light, and then they wake up and they're somewhere else, and they don't know what happened within that block of time. And the way that we are able to see what really happened is doing a regression, and then they're able to remember everything that went down during
Wow.
those lost hours. But and then there are also people who do remember everything and they have contact with these beings. The most important thing that we need to understand is that they're not here to harm us. Like, we don't need to be afraid, like, oh, I'm afraid that if they abduct me they're going to do something to me, or they're going to take me and not bring me back. That's not it at all.
Now, when you hear the word like abduction and you think about that, the first thing comes to mind is that one movie. I think it's called Fire in the Sky, where a bunch of tree cutters they were up there and they all got abducted, and like in the movie they show that they did physical experiments on people. I think that's what freaks people out. Like people make up all this shit, but we really don't know if it's true or not, right?
Well, for what I understand, they don't do anything like harmful or anything like that. um, Sometimes they're just okay. So there's different types of beings, and then some of them um, have put a lot of effort into keeping us safe here. So those are, sometimes they take us just to sometimes they take us to heal anything that may be wrong with us. Sometimes this I have heard that they can implant like a chip or something that will allow them to see what we see, because they want to have that experience as well, or be like what do we call them, like just kind of have like a front row of what we're going through. There's different scenarios, but never, the case is never to do harm to us at all. It's always curiosity, or they're trying to heal, or we already have some type of connection with them, and then they just need to take. And oh, sorry, another one that I know is that um, they're starting to try to create like a better type of being, and then they try to take our DNA to like enhance it or make it better. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of an experiment. They don't do any harm to us. They just like take like a sample and then bring us right back.
The only thing that I don't make that doesn't make that much sense to me, is, or what I've seen or heard or whatever, right? Is like when they try to get like super smart people, not woodcutters or not average Joes. Um, I don't know. They can take Biden and his oil crisis right now. Like,
Wait, what was that? You said that they don't take any average Joes?
yeah, like if they want to enhance their genetics, when they like try to go after like super smart people or super like a certain style person.
No, I think what they're looking for mainly is people who are like people who are maybe more um like compassionate or positive, with maybe like higher vibrations rather than
I'm negative, okay? I'm very negative.
you could be very smart and then like not be a good person, so they're looking for to enhance in a positive way, not they're not going to make like a superhuman that's going to do harm. That's not what they want to do at all. They want to do something positive. And actually we were meant to be like the perfect species, but um what happened was there was a meteor that came to earth and then brought like bacteria and stuff like that, and that's how we started getting diseases and stuff. But before then we didn't even have that at all.
You know, that's a good example, but the other example that really wrecked us was Eve.
What?
The reason that we're not all perfect is thanks to Eve and Adam.
Oh.
Real quick before I forget, do you know? Okay, do you know why is it every time a man asks a woman what do you want to eat, she always says whatever you want. She never gives you a straight answer. You know the reason why?
No.
Because last time she brought up a meal, she fucked up the paradise. Uh, I was just playing.
Yeah.
Rosie, hey Rosie, how are you? Good afternoon. But it's really crazy what you're saying because I just want to make sure that they all know I'm a very bad person. I'm very negative. Okay, just to get that out of the way. So keep flying by my house, but
Wait, but you wouldn't want to have that experience of like being taken and like experiencing other things?
well, it depends on what that experience is. Like I said, we what has been kind of implanted and shown to mankind. They to every guy, it doesn't seem like doesn't look like it's gonna be a fun experience. What's up, Julio Rey? You know,
I don't think, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, I don't think they mean any harm. I don't think they would do anything that would be painful or cause any damage to you at all. On the contrary, they will probably do something that would be positive and maybe try to heal you, and stuff
okay.
like that.
So say I believe you and say, all right, cool, yeah, I'm down. Fuck it. And I come back fucked up. I'm like, you were wrong.
Yeah, you can talk to me about it then.
So I would rather give the opportunities like one of our listeners, maybe like Julio. Julio, you want to go up there get anal probed and tell us it was all good?
That's not how it works.
Thank you, Julio. No, but it's true. Like it's kind of like when you want to do something and you know it's wrong, but it's gonna be kind of fun to do. You want to like experience it, but you kind of don't want to. You're stuck in that little middle, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm very adventurous and I want to. And I actually have had a couple experiences, but I don't remember the full thing. So I need to get a regression. Like I do regressions for people, but I don't know how to do it to myself. I don't think I can. So I need to go to someone to do it for me so that I can remember everything that actually happened. But I have seen myself in a ship twice. One time I saw myself in a ship, and then I just saw like Earth, and then I saw how the ship dropped like a blue, like a net on like in an area in Africa, and it just made like a bubble, but it was like a
Really?
blue net. And I don't know what that means. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I have no idea. And then another time, I remember seeing me on another ship. And then I remember seeing like caves, but there was water under, like, it was like you will go from one cave to the next. There was like a connection. And then I was on a ship, and there was another girl in there with me. And then she was scared. And I was like, oh, you don't have to be afraid. I'll go first. And then I just jumped out. And then I landed in like this water area. And there was like a bunch of people that looked kind of like Samoan or like, and then I researched that, and there was a race of people or beings that looked like that. What are they called? I forgot now, but they have like, those thicker facial. They have like wider noses, darker skin, curly hair type of thing. There was a lot of those beings there, and it was pretty awesome. I just remember looking around, and I was like, "Whoa, where am I?" But I wish I could remember more, or who was in the ship with me. I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Well, and that's kind of crazy, but um, maybe we've all had that experience and we just don't know it. Like you're saying.
Yeah. A lot of the times we don't remember, like I said. The only way that some people kind of have an idea is because um, there has been cases, like I said, like you're just normally driving. Let's say you're driving home from work, and then suddenly you see like a bright light, and then when you wake up, it's been like a few hours that pass by, and you don't know what happened in that block of time. So then when they do that regression, then you can see what happened. Or um, sometimes a lot of people have associated it with owls, like, oh, I saw an owl, and then I don't know what happened, like time just disappeared or something. And then you do a regression, and it's like, oh, that owl was actually another being, and then it took you somewhere, and they just needed a sample, or they just went and, oh, I had cancer over here and now I don't, stuff like that. It's pretty interesting.
Or like you think about it, is maybe that's how cures are made. They pick someone up and they they implant the format in his head, right? He comes back and he makes a vaccine, or he makes a cure, or he makes something. We don't know
Yeah.
that.
No,
They're
that is actually true. And they don't need to take you for that. They can just kind of communicate with you if you're open for it. They can communicate telepathically with you, and then a lot of people do get ideas from that. If you really think about it, um, the ancient people, how do they know how to do all these amazing things? Because they actually came down and taught them.
well, it's like the I just the word blew my mind. The You were just there not that long ago. The ruins, the mountains in Mexico.
Where in Mexico City or in
Yeah,
Chichen
where
Itza or in
yeah,
Yucatan?
where they don't understand how they were built. And same thing
Oh,
with the pyramids in Egypt.
correct. But
You
then
know,
if you look at it, they have their gods, but we call them gods because we just see them bigger and different and more knowledgeable than us. It's not that they were gods, it's just that they're like beings who have more knowledge, and they just came to teach us their ways.
right? So it's all that they kind of hint towards that, because the way that things were built, the way everything is like it's so many light years advanced technology to be able to do that.
Hmm. And they,
So
they didn't have any of that back then. So how do you explain it, right?
exactly. So what I am open for, and they want to, you know, use me as a guinea pig is how do you find a couple $1 million out of nowhere?
Well, we've actually talked about that. We can manifest what we can manifest things. We actually talked about that a couple times already.
And it's true, I got we're back to doing events, and we're saying events. We just did one, and by the way, Julio Ray did not show up on Sunday. He did not show up Sunday. He said he was, and I started since Friday came. I started preparing for the event. Right, I was like, I will prepare for a sold out crowd. I'm preparing for a sold out, like everything. Like I was doing it, it had to. I was in my mindset for a sold out crowd. Like I was preparing myself for the event to be sold out. And
Hmm.
we were really close to being sold out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we had a little bit over 500 people, and it was a great event. And it's the same thing. It's like I manifested it. Like you know, everything I was doing, anything I had to do a show, it was for the sold out event. Kept pushing that in my head, and it worked. We did
Made it
really, really.
happen. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly how you do it. And yeah, so we have all those. Well, I've talked about that a lot. We have all those powers. We just need to know how to, you know,
Have
enhance
to
them.
open up to them and not to be afraid to use them.
Yeah, I would be very interested to know if there's anyone out there who's listening who's had any experiences, who would want to share or like just message us if they had any, even if it's a dream. Like sometimes we think it's a dream, or but it actually happened. Or if you do remember a time when maybe um,
Yeah.
you lost track of time, and then you don't know where all those hours went, and then you just were okay. Well, I don't know what happened.
The one thing that happens to me a lot is what I it's called like deja vu, right?
Hmm.
But it's like I see it so clear in my head where I'll be like say like right now I'm talking to you, right, and all of a sudden I'll get something in my head like, dude, I did this, like I had the conversation with you, and I will remember word for word like what we talk about. It's like
Hmm.
that specific, and that always kind of freaks me out. When I'm doing something like
Hmm.
working on something, and it pops back into my head like I did this already, and I'll see like a tool in a certain place, like I see everything exact, and that freaks me out. But my question is, okay, we're talking about abductions, right? And they're taking us out for anything. But
Hmm.
technically speaking, how do we know like our neighbor's not one in cheap clothing? How do they pick us? How do we know they're not really among us?
They are among us, though.
No, no, but like you like I said, like your neighbor, average. You see them every day. Nothing different. Looks like a normal person, but how do you know it's not a higher being? You know
Yeah, I guess we don't. That's why we need to just be polite to everyone.
exactly.
We
Now
don't.
that's where I we want to take the show to that conspiracies to all this, and if anyone ever really has a thought or has something that they'd like to talk about, send us a message because we are open to that. When we start talking, we end up with like five different topics, but but
Yeah.
this was a really good one because it's true. Like I've dreamed that I've been like a ship with weird looking like people I don't know at all, and it's weird because now you mention it, I'm starting to remember like stuff like that, like you know,
Hmm.
and it's like the weirdest thing is like when you're sleeping. People normally sleep 6 to 8 hours, and you think about it, when you go to sleep, you wake up, it only feels like 5 minutes. How
Hmm.
do you know when we're sleeping what actually really happens?
Right. Um, but if you ever do have a dream like that or an experience like that, you should write it down, and then so that you can compare it, and then, or if any time you decide you want to have a regression, then we can go back to that and see and tap more into it and see what really happened.
Wow, I would do that. Julio Ray says, "Wow, I wish I was there, but my ride didn't work out." Metrolink, Metrolink,
Uber.
Uber.
Just kidding. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No, I just want you to know, Julio. Every Sunday, Metrolink charges $10. It takes you from San Diego to up here, just for $10. And then you can just call me and we'll have someone pick you up, or you can roll with botanas. But there's always a way. But you should just hitch with a higher being. Let them get some DNA out of you and drop you off and pick you up. But no, that's crazy. And how did you really know that was happening to you, someone, or like how did you put two and two together?
Like, how do you know if it's happening to you?
Yeah,
Well, because you experience it and then you just start noticing things. I mean, obviously, the first thought that comes to your mind is like, oh, I'm crazy, or I imagined it, or that's not true. But then you, deep inside, you know, like, I really experienced that. I really saw those beings in my room, or I really saw or felt this, or I really, and then, like I said, the times that they do put some type of chip or something, um, then you do, they are able to like notice it or feel it, or sometimes it's really small where you can, but then you they feel like they have a little cut or something. So those are the things that I have, since I've been, researching all of this, all the things that the people have mentioned, and then with the regressions, they notice everything. But a lot of the things that all these people have in common is that they've seen three beings around their bed or in their room, and they're always three different ones, like two that look like white people, like tall humans, and then one like gray being. And then after that, sometimes they don't remember, or sometimes they do, or they just remember certain things.
Now that you're saying that, someone, I think like everyone that's born in Mexico or born like in Latin America, I think they're all abducted as babies because they all have a mark on the arm. They say tell me it's not true. Everyone has a mark on the arm.
Maybe they were all just dropped off here from the ships.
They blame it on the vaccine, but I've never seen a vaccine do that to no one's arm. So maybe that's where they start from.
You never seen it. Why would they
Right?
put it on the same side?
Exactly. You see, they're on the same side. They're all the same. They're same little mark. Everyone has one. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that might be a good point there. But Sama, let's get ready with our readings for the people because I know it's late where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
So
All
when
right.
we have a reading, just put your name in the comments and we will read your message.
All right. Did Julio say he wanted one, or?
Who does laughing at the Mexican joke? Tiny these guys.
No.
Let's see. Whoever likes your message, put your name down, and someone will be more than happy to read your message.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Julio says,
Yeah.
"Can you do my reading, please?" Yes.
All right. Let's do Julio's. All right. All right. Okay. Well, this goes a little bit of what we mentioned. We like slightly touched on this subject, but it's talk. This they're talking to you about, if you have that mentality of a scarcity, like if you feel like you don't have enough, you're always feeling like, oh, I don't have money for this, I don't have time for that, I don't have the willpower for this, and that is what you're always going to attract. That is always what's going to be your reality. So what they're telling you to do here is that you need to change your attitude and think of abundance, so that you can always allow that abundance to run and come to you. Your attitude, your feelings, your thoughts, all of that has to do with everything. So if you're feeling down, sad, negative and stuff, that is always going to be your reality. If you're feeling like that, or if you think like that all the time, that you need to start changing that, so that you can start seeing the change and always bring positivity and abundance in your life.
That's, that's what we've been talking about. Manifest it.
Yeah.
We'll go with Rosie. Rosie Alvarez. May I please get my message? Sure.
Yes, of course, Rosie Alvarez.
But one thing I do want to warn everybody: if I ever get abducted, I'm gonna make sure I make that to a party bus, and I'm gonna pick you all up. Okay?
Yes, pick us up on the way. I don't want to party. I just want to see.
Well, we're already there. Might as well. Stop by 7-Eleven, get 12 packs.
All right. Okay, so for Rosie, they are telling you that you need to learn from your experiences. So everything that happens to you is a learning experience, and you need to see it that way. Um, if you're feeling very stressed, anxious, or angry, you have to understand that it is a learning experience. So take it that way. Don't feel down or like, why is this happening to me? Instead of, oh, you have to say, what did I learn from this? And then you have to choose how you respond to it. That always makes a difference. How you choose, how you react to things. Maybe not everything needs a reaction. Maybe you just need to let things go so that you don't hold on to those feelings. And then that way, your energy can flow and you don't have to feel that way anymore.
Wow, that's a good one. And we have a comment on avradiofm.com. It says, "Hello, guys. Great topic. Thank you. And if you'd like to have your reading, just leave your name here on the message board, and we will give you your reading as well." And then I think they want for Selena Barron.
Hi, thank you for watching. Okay, let's see what we got for Selena. All right, Selena, we got. Okay, this one is actually pretty similar, like almost a little bit like the one the previous person got. This one's talking about acceptance. They say that even though it may be a little bit tough to accept certain things, they're saying that you need to start accepting how important your feelings are. So you need to allow yourself to feel the pain, illness, discomfort. If you're working and you're stressed, miscommunication, poor timing, all these things that happen in your life, you need to accept them because they're part of you. You have to accept them, but that does not mean that you have to hold on to them. You have to know that but this is the first step that it takes for you to heal. So now you're feeling this way, you understand that you're in this situation or in this place, then you have to accept it, and then now you're going to move forward from that. You have to heal. um it's saying right here that maybe you're feeling on edge a lot and angry, but you need to face that challenge, and then from that, the only way from there is up. You just have to stay positive and not hold on to those feelings. Just know that it's only temporary.
All right, cool. Tony Do Castillo.
Hi.
We'll charge him for his message.
What we got for Mr. Castillo? Oh, okay. Just positive minded people. Let's see. All right. Okay, so for Tony, it says that you need to spend time with people who elevate you and help you see things from a fresh perspective. They're telling you that you will that will help you disengage from the negative emotions or negative thoughts that you may have. They want you to surround yourself with love and peace, and then that way you will protect yourself from negativity. They're saying that you can shift your life, you can shift your energy into positivity by hanging out with the right people, people who are empowering. So pretty much, you just have to surround yourself with light-minded people, light and like-minded people, like you, and they're light, um, and then that way you can, you know, be at that same level. If you start hanging out with people who bring you negativity or problems all the time, then that is what you're going to become.
That's very true. Um, may I have a reading? Thank you from avradiofm.com. No
Sure.
name.
No name, but let's just feel their energy. All right. For the AV radio person. Okay, so for the AV radio person, we have a card that says to listen to your body. So let's see. So what they want you to know is that your body is always in communication with you. So you have to listen to your body if it's asking you for certain things. Sometimes your intuition, or if you have any types of cravings, um, when you're hungry, when you're tired, your body is really smart. So you have to listen, even if it comes down to something like you don't feel comfortable being somewhere or being comfortable around someone, or you don't like working here or you don't like doing this. You have to listen because your body knows the information. Your body knows what's best for you. They want to ask you if you're listening, and then you have to focus and pay attention. Um, and then they're telling you that you need to take care of whatever it is. Just follow your intuition. Follow your intuition, because sometimes that is even our higher self sending us information that we need. Or sometimes if you have any questions like, oh, should I stay here or should I move over there, if you ask, and then whatever you feel, just trust that that's what it is, because that is your higher self, your guardian angels telling you.
All right, very good. And then Rosie Alvarez says, thank you. Julio Rey says,
um,
thanks. And Omar Gallegos, and one for myself, please.
all right. Oh my. Okay. Omar got two. When I pull it, I got two. Hmm. It says commit to happiness and sincere relationships. So let's see. Let's see a little bit more into depth. Okay, so the first one is telling you that the true happiness comes from within. It's saying right here that it is very hard to be happy when everything in your life seems to be falling apart. So when you're facing a crisis, you need to try to seek how to change that yourself. What are the alternative ways that your energy can change or shift into positivity? Um, what is it that you're doing that keeps your energy on the negative side? Do you maybe eat, binge eat, or you drink a lot? Um, do you spend a lot of money? So pretty much, maybe you're what they're trying to say is, are you covering it up with something else? Whatever you're going through, or you're feeling some type of way, are you covering it up with like certain things instead of actually, like the other cards were saying to the other people, you actually need to allow yourself to feel those things because they're there for a reason. Instead of actually covering them up or patching them up, you have to feel them and then you have to release them. So you are the creator of your own happiness. That's what they're telling you there. And now the second card, let me just real quick briefly see what it says. Um, this one is talking about being aware of the people that surround you. They're talking about toxic associations. Maybe you are surrounded by certain toxic people that create stress, sadness, and other negative emotions. So maybe you need to kind of get away from that environment, or you probably know if you have certain group of friends or group of family members that are bringing toxicity into your life, then you need to separate yourself into that, so that your happiness, it all comes into one. Your environment and your happiness, just bring it. Just make sure that you allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, then let it go and change your situation.
Very good. Then we go with Nancy Hernandez. Megan,
Hi, Nancy. Yes, Nancy. What we got for Nancy? This one right here. All right, Nancy. Okay, so this one talks about meditation, or maybe you have a lot of stress or a lot of things going on in your mind. Sometimes we sit there and think, why can't I shut my mind up? And then you start, oh, maybe you have to watch TV or be on your phone or do certain things to keep your mind running. But what they're suggesting you to do here is to try to ease your mind, kind of you have to quiet your mind, go into that peace in order for you to kind of recharge. Because if you're always thinking like, what am I going to do? What am I going to cook? What am I going to wear? Like we're never, and those are just simple things. You probably have other things going on in your life that just saturate your mind with a lot of responsibilities. As an adult, as a person, you have a lot of things going on. So what they're suggesting for you to do here is, if you know how to meditate, or if you've ever done it, they suggest that you do it more often, so that you can stop any limiting and negative thoughts. And then because sometimes when you have all those things, you don't know, maybe it's harder for you to make certain decisions. So meditate, or whatever it is that you do to relax, maybe taking a bath and just sit there and don't think about anything. For that moment, just shut your phone off and just relax. Don't think about anything. And that's it for Nancy.
how's it going for Nancy? Victor Olea. Hi, Ihita. Can you do
Hi.
you reading for Kitty
Yeah,
this?
absolutely. Let's see. Okay, for Victor, modify. All right. Okay, so for you, they're telling you that you need to modify. So they're asking you to release any fears that you may have, because usually fears don't allow us to move forward. So you have to release any fears, and then you can allow all the positivity to come to you. Um, you have to focus your emotions and your effort, your energy, and everything, so that you can be inspired more and actually get to your goal. And then even that influences your body, so then that influences your actions, and then that is the way that you can bring all that positivity and prosperity into your life. So they're asking you to just start making positive changes in your life, so that you can reach your goals.
That's a good one too for Victor Olea. Lupita Hernandez say, hello, beautiful people. Thank you. May I get my message, please?
Of course, Lupita. Hmm. All right, for Lupita, we have compassion. Okay, so this one is talking about compassion, but It's mainly talking about maybe something, maybe you went through something difficult with someone, but they're asking you that you need to have compassion for that person in order for you to forgive them. And then once you forgive them, then you can be free. Because if you are holding on to anything or any negative thoughts or feelings towards a specific person or people, then you are trapped in that. So they are asking you to have compassion. Whatever they did to you, just let it go, forgive them, and then that way you will be free. If you forgive them, it does not mean you need to still talk to them or whatever. It's just saying forgive them so that you can be free. Um, yep. Forgiveness carries high vibration. So they want you to do that.
There you go. Luis Hernandez. Hello, hola. Buenas noches. Can I get my message, please? Thank you.
Hola, claro. Let's see. For Lewis, what do we got here? Shorts. All right. Shorts. Okay. Okay, so right here they're talking about choices. They say that maybe you have kind of lost yourself in trying to please everybody else, that you have been doing things, like I said, to please others, that you have put yourself in the back seat now. So now what they're asking you to do is kind of, set some boundaries so that you can get back to doing what you want to do. And then it's okay to say no when you have to say no. You don't have to do things to please others if you're uncomfortable with it or if you don't want to do them. They want you to take your power back and do what's best for you and what makes you happy, whatever vibes with you. You don't have to continue to do these things and then you're making yourself unhappy.
Very good, Luis. Don't make yourself unhappy. The Vato's wife wants the reading.
All right, Abby. Oh, boundaries. Let's see. I love boundaries. You guys have no idea. All right. Okay, so they're telling you that you need to have strong boundaries right now. They say that they're very necessary at this moment for you right now. Pretty similar to what they were telling Lewis. You have to decide what you do and don't want. Oh, sorry. You need to decide what you do and you don't want in your life. Um, so if you want to heal, whatever you're going through or whatever you feel like you haven't healed, they said that this is very important, um, and that you don't even realize how important boundaries are, because this is what will get you to heal and succeed in that. They're saying that if others are interfering with your well-being, then you're not able to heal or care for yourself. So it's important that you realize what it is that is causing it, and you need to cut that off or set boundaries to, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to allow that to happen anymore. Set those boundaries, and then you'll be moving forward to your healing.
That's very good. Set the boundaries. Hello, Kirwin. Look at that. Wow, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Kirwin, thank you. Blessings, bandidos. And yes, sir.
Thank you for watching.
Luis Hernandez, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I guess it's my turn. What's my
You're
have to say?
okay. What do we got for Mr. Bandido? Mr. Bandido al aire. Bandido live. All right, here we go. Oh, that's cute. All right. Okay, this one is talking about unconditional love. They are saying that If you continuing to love someone no matter what may be difficult. However, love is always worthwhile. Um, they want you to know that you are made up of love, 100%. You are love. um,
Gets me in trouble.
and then they're talking. They're saying that you may be upset about something, um, but because maybe somebody hurt you or some. It says right here, the truth of you, no matter how upset you are, or how much you beat yourself up. Um, but if you don't forgive as well, then you might end up hurting yourself. Let's see. Okay, so they're saying that, yeah, you have to give love unconditionally. And what that means is that you give love without any expectations. And that is usually the hardest lesson in life. That's exactly what it says right here.
And I have conquered it.
Then you're talking about forgiveness. Is there someone or some people that you need to forgive? This is right here. A big part of unconditional love is forgiveness. They say that you limit your ability to achieve unconditional love when you blame someone for a past wrong or rehash past suffering. So anything that is like that is like maybe somebody or something hurt you, then you have to let that go, forgive,
Um,
and move on.
well, I do. I let the people go.
That's fine. That is fine. Remember, I think we've actually talked about this. When we talk about forgiveness, it does not mean that you have to like be buddy buddies with that person anymore. It just means that you actually forgave them and it doesn't affect you. Like if somebody talks about that person or about the situation, it doesn't hurt you or you don't cry about it or you don't get mad about it anymore. Did you truly forgive them from the bottom of your heart, then you become free and you don't, because when you're hurting or when you're sad about it, you're not free from it. So actually letting it go, that's the actual forgiveness, and you do not have to be friends with them anymore or have a relationship with them anymore. It just means you don't care about it anymore. Like it doesn't hurt me, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't face me.
Exactly. That's the way I am. We got one more for Katrina Guerrero.
Oh, hi Katrina. Yes. Let's see what we got for Katrina. This one right here. Okay. Triggers. All right. Wow, they're talking a lot about stuff like that. So for Katrina, they're talking about any triggers that that you may have. They're saying that there are circumstances in your life that may affect you in a deep level, and that you may have stored them in your memory. So then sometimes those wounds or those things come up, and then you get triggered. So they're saying that usually when you like snap or like it trigger you get those triggers is because your ego tries to become defensive. So once something negative or something harmful happens in your life, obviously we cannot it cannot be taken back. It happens, right? But you have the choice to see how you want to handle it. You have that choice. How do you want to go about it? Hmm. So you like I was mentioning to El Bandido, you can decide whether you want to hold on to those feelings, hold on to those negative feelings or that anger or sadness, whatever it is, or you can just let it go. You have that choice, and then at the end of the day, that's how you decide if it's going to if you're going to be a slave from it and always be angry or bitter about something, or if you're going to live freely and just not care. And you have to understand that things happen, and it's not like about making you upset all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's not about, oh, how are we gonna mess up Katrina's life today? Like, no, it's not about that. Just let it go and just don't worry about it. Let's see. Yep, that's it. They're just the rest of it just mentions all those things that stress things, all those things may bring it up again, but you have to let it go in order for you to be free and not be suffering anymore. So just let it go.
Yeah,
I think that was the message for the day.
right. It says, "Wow, so resonates so deeply. Thank you. Really need to hear that." Yeah,
Yeah, thank you for listening.
just cut them loose. Let them go.
Yeah, right. Bandito does it, he says.
Time.
Yeah,
Salma, like always, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate it, and like I do, I apologize. The last 2 weeks have been my fault,
no
but
problem.
we
We
will
know
see
things
you next
happen.
Thursday, 7 p.m. And have a great week.
You too. Good night. Thank you everybody for watching and for letting me, bring that little seed into your minds.
Have a great night, everyone.
Good night. Bye-bye.